Heritage. It is with great pleasure that I both get the opportunity to welcome and to thank our Minister of Agriculture and Rural Affairs, Leona Dombrowski, our Warden of Hastings County, Ron Eman, and they're making this grant possible. About a year ago, John Sager approached our board of directors on the Federation of Agriculture and asked us if we would be interested, or he felt there was a need for some type of a processing plant in Hastings County. With that seed of an idea planted, it's taken roots and it's grown immensely. We had a feasibility study done, and when we got the feasibility study done, it showed that there was definitely a need for some type of processing co-packing plant in this area. With that, now with this grant, that's going to make it hopefully a reality. The idea should come to fruition. With that seed that John planted in the board of directors about a year ago, I hope that it will continue to grow and it will become a reality.
Okay, so, well, thanks, Gail, and I'm really happy to be here. I'm always happy to come to the Agriculture Museum. That really makes all of us very proud, and I'm really happy that there are a number of people who are involved with the museum, all of them volunteers. I'm happy to say all of them have been recognized now provincially for the significant, not just the contribution they've made, but the impact they've had. We've got, how many buildings do we have now? Seven structures on this site now that serve as a reminder. It serves as an educational facility as well for people in our area and beyond our borders about the importance and the significance of agriculture, agriculture from the past, and even as it impacts our local community today. So who I am is the MPP for the riding of Prince Edward Hastings. And in this role I have also the privilege of being the Minister of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs for the province of Ontario. It's a tremendous privilege, and I'm humbled by it. And I'm always particularly pleased when in this role I have an opportunity to come to my riding and for agricultural purposes. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here today. I'm here as the MPP, but also as the Minister to, number one, talk about the Ontario Market Investment Fund. And that is the fund that is responsible for us being here. The provincial government has established the Market Investment Fund to support people in our communities in rural Ontario who have, as Gail so appropriately used the analogy, the seed of an idea. They plant this seed, and this fund can help that seed grow involved in the industry. We as a government knew that the very best ideas in terms of how to invest in communities and provide them with what they need was by listening to what they had to say and the ideas that they would have and how to spend the money. I'd like to say that because I'm your MPP, I have a little bit of pull there, but quite frankly, you don't need it. This was a wonderful application, and the panel was very, very enthusiastic about recommending its approval to myself as Minister. So I happily signed that document, and I'm very happy to be here today to share the good news with the people in the community. I'm not at all surprised that producers in our community have recognized that what we produce here is there's such great demand for it. And I think, you know, ladies and gentlemen, I've had it's been a great joy for me to see the desire for people in Ontario to look for an Ontario food products. It's like a wave that's going over the province, everywhere you go now, you hear about buy local and pick Ontario freshness, and farmers markets are springing up all over the province. And I'm hearing from producers who say they now can't fill the demand for their farm fresh products. When I first came to my job, there was a lot of concern about the fact that, you know, the big grocery chains, they just weren't interested in carrying local farm products in the big grocery stores. Well, I'm happy to say that we've begun to turn that around too. And when you have chains like Loblaws, you know, you have Galen Weston on television now talking about and promoting locally grown foods. When you go into, I was in Zares in Guelph at my daughter's, and they have big posters with the faces of the farmers that have grown the beans and the asparagus and so on. When we have companies like Sobeys as well, that are looking for ways that they can support our local farmers by giving those products some profile in their here in Hastings County. I think an extension of that is there's such a great demand for Ontario quality food products. There's an understanding here we should be doing what we can to process that, what in the industry they call value adding. And that is really good for producers in the industry. It does provide them with more dollars when they can value add to their food product. So I'm delighted. I think this is it demonstrates the folks here are very forward thinking. They not only understand farming, but they understand the marketplace. They know that in this part of Ontario we produce some of the safest and best quality food of anywhere in the world. And we are now looking forward to developing a facility that will enable our producers to expand the market that they now access with our quality food products all year round. So I do wish them very well. I'm really excited about this. This is the time to make it happen. So congratulations to everyone.
You would like to take some credit for this, and
Did I say that?
And certainly, well, you didn't say it exactly that way, Leona, but certainly I think you deserve a lot of credit for this. I've had the pleasure of being warden over the past 2 years, and I've been to many conferences that Leona has been to, and many events that Leona has been to. And I take my hat off to this lady, because I tell you, there hasn't been one event that I've been to that she has not mentioned buy local. And she stresses that no matter where she goes. And it's been a real pleasure for me to have worked with her. And Leona, this particular funding that we have received here, I'm so appreciative of it, and I think it's, I realize that the it comes from the grassroots, and I thank you, Mr. Sager, for making this a fruition and bringing it to where it is.
No, I'm glad to see that we've got to this step.